Okay, hello
Okay.
Che. So for the record, I'm Steve Adkins with Virtual Christianity, talking to Che Marmara from
Mm-hmm.
Mountain Theological Seminary,
Right.
and we're going to do a little bit more high level website training. So the issue today is, and can you see my screen?
No.
Okay, so I need to share my screen. That's important. Uh, Okay. So we are looking at the website and uh okay. So what we've done is we've created a student payment page, and Che and Monica have requested that we have some enhancements to this page. Monica had been trained on doing certain steps to modify the website, and
Yes. Thank you for that.
this step was not part of her training. So what we're
Mm-hmm.
going to do is we're going to go over today what I've done and what can be done and what the limitations are, etc. So on this student payment page, um, this is about um, students paying their tuition and fees. Okay. So here we've got course tuition for credit, $800. Course tuition for credit for developing countries is lower. Course tuition, audit only for developing countries, and then a variety of fees. Now, what you or Monica, I forget who asked, but you and Monica and Robert also
Robert.
asked for the same thing, and I've
Mm-hmm.
been working on a variety of things. For you. So it was that there's a need for students to be able to make partial payments.
Right.
Okay. And I think that it is the requirement that sometimes they need to pay in installments and therefore they need to do it over 4 months, or no, it may be any number of different situations where they need to pay a partial amount and then another partial amount when they can do that, and then another partial amount when they can do that. Which one is it?
Um, well, we prefer that it's an open payment um
Open payment. Okay.
box so that they can just
So,
put in the amount. Because there are some
okay.
students who are discounted and they have different they don't have the same amounts that they pay. So some of them pay 35. These are heavily discounted students. They
Yeah.
have sponsors who just pay the rest for them. And then there are some who are not discounted, but they can only pay a portion first. And it varies how
Okay.
much they can pay. So it has to just be an open
Got
payment
it.
box so
And
that
so
they will
that,
be the ones to type in the amount that they're putting in.
yes. So that's what I've done. Let me just show you, okay, through the back end. Um, if if I were logged out, well, we already went through the login process, so I'm just gonna show you if we're logged into the back end, then I just click on sites and then websites and then MTS website, and we get to the page with all of the pages. Okay, now there are kind of a lot of them.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and there's nowhere away, so I have to just do a web page search. So I'm going to hit Control F in my browser and look for student payment. Okay, so I have a handful of pages that were active but are no longer active, and
Mm-hmm.
so this one is one of those. I'm going to go to this next one. This one is one of those. Okay, this student payment EN is the English language student payment page. Okay. And
Okay.
if we look here under settings, we'll see that it's at slash student payment, which is in fact, um, where we are here. So, so this is mtsem.org student payment. So this is the right one. Um, and the internal name of the page is the student payment EN page. And I do that because when I want a Spanish language one, I just have one called Student Payment ES. And again, these are
Mm-hmm.
internal names just in the administrative backend.
Right.
So what I do is I just get these pages right in English. And once we're settled that that's the functionality we like in English, then I'll replicate them into Spanish. And we're set up to do other languages when the time comes. Okay, so let me
Okay.
just click into this. I'll just click edit, and I just want to show you what's going on here. Um, in order to make this page the way it is, um, I had to create a form, okay, with this embedded element. This is called a what is this? This is in fact, what's happening to my screen here? This is called a sell products within the form. So what we have to do is, in order to have a page like this, we have to have, uh, what we have to do is create products, and they have prices, and we can, select on one, and then it adds down here, and it calculates the transaction fee and everything. Okay, so what you want is a an ability to click on some, and I saw you had two requests. One is you want someone to be able to enter an arbitrary amount.
Yeah.
Um, so I spent the last 2 days, let's see, since Tuesday. Yeah. Well, I no, so yeah, I spent the last 2 days trying to figure out how I can do that. And there's no way on this platform to do it within this particular construct. So this particular idea of selling products, you can't have a variable priced product. You can have a product which is sold at different prices, um,
Mm-hmm.
but not an arbitrary payment. So
Mm-hmm.
that's no problem. What I did, so I'm just telling you there's certain limitations, so we find workarounds.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So the workaround I found was, and I proposed to you is this. Okay. Notice it says here, and this is new text. If you have made special arrangement with the administrative office for a partial payment, do that here. Okay. Now we
Mm-hmm.
can change the wording, but what I had to do was I had to make two separate forms. One that would take
Oh,
an arbitrary payment, okay, and another which would take specific payments for specific products, okay?
okay.
So that's the way I had to do it. So that's okay. I did it. We have both, and I could put them
Okay.
all on the same page. I think that would be more confusing.
Mm-hmm.
But what I've done here is I've just had text at the top which tells you, hey, if you mean that for a donation page, that's somewhere else. If you
Mm-hmm.
want to make a standard student payment, that's back at the student payments page. But if you've made special arrangements with the administrative office for a partial payment, you do that here. So if you'll notice up here, the URL is payment instead of student payment. So student payment is this structured payment
Okay.
scheme. And if they want to make an arbitrary payment, then they do so here. Um,
Okay.
now, I could put in the student number, but I think you would want that to be uh, an optional, because I just think there are times where, well, in fact, come to think of it, um, back over on this page, student number is required, and yet there are certain fees here, like an application fee. I don't believe that when they
Yeah,
make
they
this
don't
app,
have student numbers yet. That's
they
correct.
won't have a student number. So I'm going to
Right.
propose that I make this non-required.
Yeah.
It'll prompt
That
them. I mean, is that okay?
Yes, that's
So,
fine. You
okay.
can actually take on um because the student number is only important when they register for a course. When they
Oh,
pay for it, it's not important anymore. So
okay.
You can actually do away with that box on the
Okay,
payment page.
good to know. I will do that. So
Mm-hmm.
on what we call the student payment page, which is the structured payment page for tuition and fees,
Yeah.
we'll take that off. So it won't be required. It won't even exist. And it'll
Mm-hmm.
just be first name, last name, and email. Okay.
Yeah.
Then over here, so if we
Oh,
go back,
sorry, I might forget. Can you change that fees for 2025 to 2026? Just remove 2025.
sure.
Is that
Sure.
okay?
In fact, let's just do that over here. This part of the training, right? I'm right here. I
Yeah.
can just take that out,
Yeah, just take it out.
save it. And by the way, in the video, um, I think my face will be covering this upper right hand. But what
Mm-hmm.
there's a save button, which you can see now, but which they
Yeah.
won't be able to see in the video. And then when I click on the little save button, which has the little floppy disk icon on it,
Mm-hmm.
then a little yellow circle shows up on the publish. So you always have to do save, then publish,
Right.
okay, to get it out there. And I can go back over here to the website and I can refresh and you'll see there it
Good.
is. Okay.
Okay, great.
And furthermore, let's go ahead and fix up that
The
student
student
number.
number. Yeah.
Okay, we have to, so what we have here is we have a page with an embedded form. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
so this is the form. And if I click on the form, I have to now go and edit the form. And we have a consistent naming strategy. But anyway, now we're editing the form. I'm going to click on this one and I'm going to delete it. Okay,
Mm.
and then I'm going to
Okay.
click on this one and click on the little gear, and it opens this up, and I'm going to make it 33% wide instead of 24%. I'm going to click on this one in the gear and go and make this 33% because I made them 24% so that I could fit four wide,
Yeah.
but I don't need to, so I'm going to do that, and then I'm going to save that. I'm saving the form. Okay, that's embed, and then I exit the form, and now I'm going to save the page,
Okay.
and now I'm going to publish the page.
Yeah.
Okay, so I do all those steps, and then I come back here, I reload, and okay, sometimes it takes a moment or two.
Mm-hmm.
There we go.
There you go.
So first name, last name, email. Okay,
Okay.
so my workaround for not being able to do exactly what you asked for was to
Mm-hmm.
be able to have two different payment pages.
Yeah, that makes
Okay.
sense.
Okay. Now, if
But
you'd
can we
like,
change that, do that here to
sure, go to the
uh
general payment page or do it on the payment page
um
or um
if you have made special arrangement with the administrative office for a partial payment, how about click or
or
something with
yeah
because we have
or
students who may need a simpler
uh
instruction.
okay, let's try. How about go to the um payment page or
Go to the
general
special payment page.
the yeah what um yeah the I'm gonna call it I'm gonna try this payment page. Okay, so I'm gonna call it the
Um,
and okay, I'll let you weigh in. um do you not like that language? Do you want to call it the special payment page?
um, yeah, well, if it's the regular one, they stay here, right? They don't have
Right,
to
so
click anything,
this is the
right?
student payment page.
Yeah.
And if they want to, they'll go to this payment page, which is made for, arbitrary payments. I was trying to find a way
Yeah.
to describe arbitrary, because we're
This is
counting.
okay. This is easy to, I mean, special or partial payment is fine.
Okay. And
Um, does this page appear in the drop down? No,
it does not.
it does not.
No,
Okay.
they have to go through student payment to find it.
Yeah,
Now,
okay. That's fine. That's okay.
I could make special payments down here if you want. I
No,
mean,
no, no. I think it's good that it's just in the student payment because there
okay,
are only a few who will do that, and they're the ones that really need simple English because they
okay,
come from countries that are. That's why I'm thinking go do that here might be
right.
difficult for them. So it might be easier to just say click like um
So here's let me
go wait click this link or something like that.
okay. So I'm still waiting for it to, you know what? Let me go back. Let me try saving this again and publishing. Okay. Okay. So now what it's no, it's not updated yet. There we go. Okay. So
Yeah.
it says if you have made special arrangement with the administrative office for a partial payment, go to the general payment page. Do you like that, or
Mm,
do you want to?
no, no, it needs to be click this link, something like that, something as simple as that. Because
Okay.
they won't know, they
They
might
don't.
think that they have to go to another page and not think that all they need to do is just click that link. So
Okay.
it
Okay.
has to be so
Let's
simple that they're,
let's try this.
yeah,
Um, click here, and
yeah. And just
uh,
remove go to the
yes,
something.
I'll
Just
do
say
that.
click here. That I think
I'll do that,
that's simple.
and let's go here, and
Yeah, just remove that.
yep.
Yeah. I think
Okay.
that's more understandable.
Okay. Okay. It'll take a moment. There we go. So it says, if you have made special arrangement with the administrative office for a partial payment, click here.
Yeah. Yeah.
Do you like that?
Yes.
Okay. And then they click here. And now let's read through it together.
Can we change that big title to special payments
Sure.
as opposed to student payment, right? With the other one.
Okay.
So this big title can be special payments.
Let's do that. Okay. So now I'm done with this page
Mm-hmm.
and I'm going to back out and we're going to go to, it's called the payment EN page. So I search for it and I find it and I'm going to edit it and I'm going to call it the special payment page.
Yeah.
Is that okay?
Yes.
Okay,
We can just
special
put
payment.
special payments with an S.
Okay, so you okay,
Yes, that's fine.
okay, and we're going. Oops, cancel. What did I do up there? I accidentally clicked up here. I'm gonna have to back out because I need to cancel something. Unsaved changes. Okay, let's go to that payment EN page again. So again, I'm just doing this because I accidentally clicked on something in the menu area.
Okay.
Okay, so we're going to go with special payments, and
Yeah.
we're going to save that and publish that. Okay, and then we're going to refresh, and there we go.
Yes.
Okay, so it says
Yes.
if you're making a standard student payment, tuition fees, please do it at the student payment page.
Right.
If you want to participate in one of the donation programs of MTS, please visit the donations page. If you want to make a different donation to MTS, including recurring donations, please visit the donations other page. And then it gets down to now, we could take all this out or we could put all this at the bottom if you think it's confusing.
Yeah, yeah. Because they might, it's better that since they already clicked that link and went to this page, that there are no more instructions for them
Okay.
to do.
So, how about if we still have this page is for making special or
Yes,
partial
that's
payments
okay.
that you
Yeah,
have made arrangements for with the administrative office.
right.
Make sure to fill in the payment details below to tell us what you're paying for.
Correct. Yeah.
Okay, so let's do that over here. Um, what I'm going to do is I'm going to come in here and cut that out and save it. And I'm going to come down to the bottom, and this is where I'm going to add a, let's see, a text box. Okay, where's that? It's okay, I think I passed it. Um, I think what I do is click on elements and no, 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 no. Uh, it might be. Maybe I haven't gone far enough. There's something called text box. And let me get my zoom tools out of the way. Okay, so what is it I'm missing here? Pre-built sections, elements, elements.
Maybe section? No?
Yeah, it's definitely not sections or rows. I'll just sections, rows. Yeah, no, it's headline, rich text. Here we go. So I'm going to
Okay.
drag this in here, right to there, and I'm going to delete all this, the sample text it gives me,
Mhm.
and oops, and I'm going to paste in this.
Yeah. So we
Um,
have two donations pages. There's a donations page other. We have
yes.
two of
And
those. Okay.
it's the same thing that we've got a structured donations page where
Mm-hmm.
you choose to donate to one of these enumerated things at these enumerated levels.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's an other donations page. And we could call them special donations,
Yeah. Yeah,
in line,
that could be because to be consistent, that would be
yeah,
good.
that's okay. Special, let me special donations page. Okay. Okay. Um,
Thanks so
yeah.
much for being patient
Oh,
to
sure.
do all these, Stephen. I
Uh,
really appreciate it.
um, uh, I'm just thinking of putting some sort of
A
heading at the
title,
bottom here to say
mm,
to say that this is a
other
like
options,
yeah, and it's not it's
other
yeah,
payment options,
yeah,
or other payment pages.
something like that. Yeah. Uh,
Mm,
I was gonna say maybe other ways to pay. And
okay.
the thing is, it's not that they can really do it this way, but I think we explain that here,
Mm-hmm.
right? These are other ways to pay.
Yeah,
If
that
you're
makes
making a
sense.
standard student payment, you go to this page. If
Mm-hmm.
you want to participate in one of the donation programs of MTS, go to
Mm-hmm.
this page. If you want to make a different donation, uh, uh, special donation to MTS, including recurring donations, visit the special donations page.
Okay.
Okay. So we're
Okay.
going to save that and we're going to publish it. Okay. So now let's take a look what we've done. Now the special or partial payments is much simpler.
Yes.
Okay. This page is for doing this. And if they scroll all the way to the bottom, they'll see other ways to pay, and it's
Mm-hmm.
got links to other pages. Okay.
Okay.
Now, let me just tell you the one of the big challenges was dealing with the transaction fees.
I told Robert when I was accepting payments already that
Yes.
there's a big chunk that's taken out of supposedly the tuition, which
Right.
we
So
didn't factor in when we
right,
were
it's
forecasting.
3%.
Yeah,
So
that's a big chunk.
yes. So let me tell you that over on the this student payment page, if people choose $800 and they're taking, then they go down here, it automatically uplifts
Yeah, yeah,
their
that's great.
now by the way, I think well, yeah, most critical anyway, so we choose to pay 800, we're charged 824 and it tells us it's for a
Mm-hmm.
3% transaction fee.
Yeah.
And furthermore, there are more details that you may avoid this added cost if you select
Mm-hmm.
direct debit,
Yeah.
ACH, or bank as your payment method. So anyway, so we've gone through a process of trying to figure out how do we deal with the transaction fees. And let
Mm-hmm.
me just tell you that it is a limitation of the platform, okay,
Yes.
that
Yeah.
that it doesn't automatically take your the transaction fee out of this form.
Mm-hmm.
So in other words, what I had to do was I had to give them instructions that they must calculate the 3% and add
Mm.
it to the payment amount below.
Mm.
So what I did, and
Yeah,
and I
because you don't know what amount they're going to put in.
right, and I say
Mm-hmm.
you may avoid this added cost if you select direct debit, ACH, or bank. And what I'm talking about is down here. Like I've set up my
Mm-hmm.
bank directly, and so this will not charge me a fee, and it will not charge you a fee. Not
Okay.
me, not you. So I can, the thing is what people want to do, and I've given them examples like $103 is the $100
Mm-hmm.
plus the $3 charge,
Right.
$206, $515, $1,030. Or they can click on another amount and they can type in whatever they want. And
Yeah.
here it's like, okay, so they're going to pay $239. That is what it is.
Mm-hmm.
So now what's going to happen? Well, it would then charge them
Yeah. Yeah. That's
$39.
okay. Actually,
Oh,
this special payment page is more for those who pay less than the
right.
tuition,
So
which
they may
is
pay $35.
always below $100.
So, and if you tell them, don't worry about the fee, that's your business, right? You can do that.
Mm-hmm.
The point is that we're telling them
Yeah.
that it's
Yeah.
special.
If they don't add it manually, then we can't do anything about it. But at least it's not as big as an $800
Yeah.
tuition. Yeah.
But the information is all here that they should
Right.
they should add the transaction fee. And
Yeah.
if you tell them not to, the point is it'll accept whatever it accepts and
Yes.
that's what they're charged. And then
Yeah.
3% comes out of what's delivered to MTS.
Okay. Yeah. That's
Okay?
okay. It's the best we could do.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
and so
Thank you
there
for that. Mhm.
now, do you want it's 11:40 already. Do you
Mhm.
want to stay on and talk about adding that extra product or not?
Which extra product?
You said it was
Oh,
the
the additional actually I have a workaround.
okay,
Um it's
so
also $25. So we could just put a
well,
slash on the late fee. Just say graduation in absentia slash late fee.
so
You could do
well,
that because it's also
it's just as easy to create an additional product, and I would suggest that we do that. But you know what?
Okay.
If you need to drop off, I will continue to record this.
Okay.
And
No,
so,
I'm fine. I'm okay.
okay. Well, let's
I
go
can
ahead back.
watch you do it.
Let's go ahead back to student payment. Okay. And what you'll see here is there's course tuition for credit, developing countries,
Oh,
audit only
can
developing.
I ask something, Stephen?
Yes.
Why is it that there are what like highlighted in red and there are some that are not? Like a student from a developed country for credit is not highlighted, but
So
it's
this
student
is
from a
this.
developing country is highlighted. It's in
Well,
red.
it was to highlight the difference from the standard.
Ah, okay.
So that was the thinking is that the standard price
Mm.
for course tuition is $800.
Mm-hmm.
But here's the difference. If it's a
Okay.
student, now we could just make this bold and not red. We I was just wanting to highlight what was different from this course tuition. Now it's also here, but this is a sentence. So that was the thinking. What do you think?
Mm.
Do you prefer that we remove the red and just keep it in bold so it's similar to this?
Um, yeah, I think it's better because you have it on the title. It
Okay.
says course tuition for credit developing countries.
Okay.
Anyway, right?
Let's go make those changes. Okay, but what we're going to do is we're going to have
Audit is fine. Audit is fine to be read.
oh, is it?
Yeah.
Okay. But we're going to take the
Mhm.
student from a developing country and just make it bold but not
Yes.
red bold.
Yes. Yes,
Okay.
please.
Good. We'll do that and then we'll add at the very end an MTS graduation in absentia fee.
Mm-hmm.
Yes? For
Yes.
$25?
Yes.
Okay, let's go do that. So we come back here. We're coming back from the pages. And now what we're going to do is we're going to go into products. We have to, these enumerated things that cost a fixed amount
Mm-hmm.
are called products. We could make products with variants. So in other words, they can be sold at multiple prices. Um, but uh, but we don't need to do that here on the fees. We could have done that here. We thought this was simpler. So
Mm-hmm.
let me just go and create now an MTS grant. Okay. So what I'm
Oh,
going
it
to,
doesn't have to put um it might be, I don't know, can we just remove the MTS on
we can,
there?
we can.
So anyway, everything's for MTS. So we
Yes, of
remove
course.
MTS from application fee, from transcript fee.
Yes, we can do
Is
that.
that okay? Yeah.
It surely is. Okay. So the way we do that is we go to payments,
Mm-hmm.
and we were in sites. We go to payments, and then we go to products. Okay, and we're going to search for, let's search for MTS and let's knock out those. Okay, so here are some Spanish language ones. We're just going to quickly go into them and knock out the MTS.
Yeah.
Okay, save that, go back, search for, well, here's another MTS. We take that out. We save it. We go back. Here's another MTS. We save it. I mean, uh, okay. Let me just make sure. Okay, I didn't delete too much. Okay, we go back. Now we look down for, let's see, page 2. Okay, we're going to take this out, save. Um, we're going to go to page 2 again, and we click on this, take this out, save. We go back, we go down to page 2, and we take this out. Okay, we save that. And then we look for,
Okay, perfect.
okay, so we want the graduation fee. So let me just search for graduation.
Mhm.
There it is. Okay. Now, when we have something, yeah, what I'm going to do is I'm going to duplicate this product because
Mhm.
it's already set up very similar. We want it
Mhm.
to be very similar. This is going to be graduation
Mhm.
in absentia fee.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah,
And fee for pressing your graduation when you are not going to be able to attend the graduation ceremony.
yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
And we're going to scroll down. Let's see. Okay. So we go to pricing. And you know what? It, sometimes it's important that you save often. Sometimes when you move to
Mhm.
a different section, if you didn't save, it's not happy. So
It
I'm going
won't,
to
it
save
won't.
probably more than I
Yeah,
need to because I'm going to go in here and edit this pricing,
yeah,
graduation in absentia fee standard.
yeah.
Okay. And we're going to change it to
Right.
$25 and it's
Okay.
one time. It's okay. It's called a digital product because there's nothing for us to ship. Okay. Even though
Mm.
it's not a digital product, it's if there's something we're supposed to ship after it, then
Yeah.
it's a physical product. Okay. So
Okay.
anyway, we've now created a new product. And now what we can do is we can go back here and go into the let's see, we need to go to sites, websites, MTS website. Okay, we're going to look for student payments. It's not that one or that one, it's that one, student payment in English. Oh, you know what I didn't do? Okay, I'm going to go in here anyway. What I'm going to do though is I'm going to come over here. See, I have several tabs open so that
Yeah.
I can stay in the product area while this one's over in the website pages area. So let me just refresh um, the products because what I wanted to do is I wanted to change those audit product or the non no the developing. So let me go for develop. See here, these two. Here's the $200 one. And I'm going to change this from red to black. Okay. And okay, unfortunately, you need to know that black is code 0. Okay. And I'll save that. And I'll go back. And I was searching for developing.
Audit.
Here's the audit. Okay. So I'll go here, I'll hit there, and I'll change this to 00, and that's for black. Okay. So now, actually, yeah. So now I go back to pages, and here we are in the tuition and fee area. I'm going to click on the form. I'm not sure why it's not filling in. Let me refresh this. The form should be showing up there. There it is. Okay, so I'm going to go down to this section. So what this form is made up of multiple elements. This is if I click on this, oh, actually anything here. Okay, I'm in the page editor, not the form editor.
Mm-hmm.
What I have to do is I have to click on the edit. So this form is considered one big element to the page editor. So I can go
Mm-hmm.
modify things about the page, like all this text and so forth. But if I want to modify the form, I need to go over here and edit the form.
Okay.
Okay. So in the form, we're going to now scroll down to this piece, which is
You know,
okay.
that's not per month. It's per term.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was doing an experiment. It doesn't show up in the main thing. Um, but it's not visible. Only the full price is visible.
Oh, okay.
Um, but what I wanted to do is I wanted to go to, wait a sec, what's going on here? Oh, product. So I click on product, and oh, I now want to add a product, and I want to add it that graduation in absentia fee, so that this element, this form element, now it has got one more product that
Mm-hmm.
it's able to sell. Okay, so
Okay.
I'm going to, let me just save this, and let me dismiss that. I'm going to look down here, and what you'll see is, here's the graduation in absentia fee, but
Yeah.
I did the wrong thing there, and it still has the image with it. Product, edit the graduation in absentia fee, and I need to take the image out and the quantity out. Just the description is all we need. Okay, so we save that. I just scroll down to take a look.
Okay.
$25. Okay, so I'm going to save that, which I already did, but I'm save happy. I dismiss it. Now I save the page, which includes this form, and I
Mm-hmm.
publish the page, which includes the form. And I come over here and I'm going to refresh. And lo and behold, now
Yay.
this, see this form element, which is embedded in the page, has not just the 8 products it had before, but we
Mm-hmm.
created a new product, and you can purchase this product on this page.
Yeah. Yay.
Okay,
Great.
very good.
Uh, yeah. I'm just wondering the ones in bold, um can you scroll down there? The one in developing countries is bolder than the one in developed country. Is that
Um,
is that just the color,
yeah,
or
yeah, you're right.
is it
That's well, it's that I guess this is not a full black. And so a bold,
uh
this is a gray, like a gray text. See, this is
mm-hmm.
full black, and this
Yeah.
is this is a lighter. I mean, it's a gray text.
Ah,
A bold on the gray text is still not full black. But when I
yeah.
went and fixed it, I
Yeah.
made it full black.
Full black.
So I
I
can go
think it
fix
looks
that.
better, the full black,
So,
because it gives emphasis to it without it being red,
okay.
right?
So, so does that mean that you'd like me to
Um,
make this full black
yeah,
and this
can
full
we do
black?
that?
Of
Sorry.
course we can.
So it will,
I'm at your
just so it
service,
looks
Chen.
uniform.
Yeah, but what about the for credit? Should we also do
Um,
those?
yes. Yes,
Okay,
please.
let's do
Since
it.
they're in
So,
bold, right?
remember the two products we need are the course tuition for credit and the course tuition audit only.
Right.
So I'm going to go over here. I'm going to go to oh no, not here. I'm in the web page. I go here. I go to the products. I go to course tuition, and I'm interested in this for credit. Okay, I'm going to grab this and make it um hmm, interesting. Interesting. Well, I'm going to I
It's
mean, this
already
is
in
black.
black, right?
This is full
Yeah.
black. So um I'm going to, you know what, I'm going to edit it and I'm going to restore it and then I'm going to hit enter. Hmm, okay, what's it thinking? Maybe it's not enter. I just clicked outside. Let's just see whether that makes it full black. I'm a little suspicious. Okay, it's full black. I mean,
Yeah.
there it is. I'm going to modify it and I'm going to restore it to what it was. And then I'm going to click out of it. And then I'm going to save it. And one of the things that I found is that, well, okay. You know what? I'm not positive whether this is going to work because sometimes
Mm-hmm.
I find, oh, no, it did.
Oh, it did.
Oh, no, no, no. No, it didn't. It was this one.
Oh, right. Yeah, yeah.
It was this one. So here's what I'm going to do. What I'm going to do is I'm going to, now that I have saved that product,
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to go back. I'm going to go through the process of searching for tuition again. And I'm looking for the audit. Okay. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to make this um, red, and then I'm going to make it back to black.
Ah,
Okay. Just I'm not sure why. Okay. And then and we're leaving the audit only alone,
yeah.
right? Okay.
Yes.
So we're saving that. Now that's saving a product. So now what we need to do is we need to go to the page again. And it's possible that
There you go. Oh, no, it's not.
no, it still
Didn't
didn't show
catch.
up. So you see, what we have to do is we have to go through it and we have to publish the page again. So what I'm going to do is
Um,
I may need to go in and edit the form, but let me just try saving the page and then publishing the page. Okay. And of course we may have to click a couple times. No, no, it's not there yet. Let me
mm-hmm.
just see whether it just needs a few moments to catch up. Nope, it's still not there yet. Still not there.
Wonder
Okay,
why it's not
still.
catching.
Well, okay, so this is my conclusion. My conclusion is that I need to not only publish but I need to edit the form and save it again because it's the form that had those in it. So you
Yeah.
see, these look pretty, these look pretty black.
Yeah, they are.
Okay, so we're going to save that again. We're going to exit out, then we're going to save the page, then we're going to publish the page.
Excuse me.
And now we come over here, and it's not there yet. Although, interestingly, it looks like it did it here. Remember, I made this
Oh
red and then
yeah,
black
yeah.
again?
Oh
So
right.
I think because it didn't think that anything was changed. That's curious. So let me come back over. We're going to click in here. We're going to make this red. We're going to change it to something. See, we're going to change it to something. And I'm going to change it. It was CF was the red. It doesn't matter what okay, but that was the red I chose. But then I can come back and now make it black. Okay, and now I'm going to save it. And now I'm going to exit the products. And then I'm going to come back over to the page and I'm going to edit the form. And if we look at the form, it's going to look pretty black. I think it looked black
Yeah.
before. But anyway, we're going to go through the process with the products are contained within the form and the form's contained within the page.
Mm-hmm.
So whenever we change something that's in a product, we have to change the thing that's in the, we need to resave the form, and then we need to resave the page that embeds the form, and then we need to republish the page that contains that form. So now we come over here, we refresh, and there it
There
is,
you go.
nice and black.
Yeah.
Okay, now the for credit is not as nicely black, but
All right. It's
it's
okay.
it's
That one is more important. The
yeah,
student for, yeah. I think the
yeah,
emphasis is better like that.
yeah. Okay, excellent. So
Excellent.
we have completed
Perfect.
the two things that you needed. The first
Mm-hmm.
was this arbitrary uh payments,
Mm-hmm.
the special payments page,
Yeah.
and then um this the second was uh, the special donation. So if you click donate, you get to this donations page, and this says what he wanted it to say, which was, you know, Kingdom
Yeah.
partner, tuition sponsor,
Yeah.
etc. Um, but then up at the top, it tells you, hey, if you want to make a different donation to MTS, please visit the. Okay, I'll fix this, but anyway, you
Yeah.
get the idea. So
Yeah.
the two
Yeah.
things you needed are fixed, and obviously
Yeah.
there are a
Thank
few
you.
details that
Mhm.
can be fixed elsewhere.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you so much, Che. I'm
Thank you,
gonna.
Stephen. Thank you.
uh,
What state are you in? You're in the East Coast, right?
I am in Atlanta, Georgia.
Oh, you're in Georgia. My sister-in-law lives there.
Very
She's
good.
in Lyons, Georgia.
Okay, very good.
But
It's like
thank you,
the.
Stephen, so
Oh,
much. Thank you for staying
okay.
up so late for
Oh, no
this.
problem. All
I
right, you
appreciate
too.
your patience.
All right, bye bye.
Bye.